Look at how cute they are when they're so sleepy. And look at what bed hogs they are. So, I left the camera at home today because we were running late for school this morning, so we were kind of like rushing out the door. And she cooked breakfast this morning. And, I mean, but overall, really, it was just an uneventful day. Like, we went to school. We went and ate breakfast at a new place.
Yeah, I don't even remember the name of it.
The cupboard.
Oh, cupboard.
Cupboard. Did you say cupboard? It's late. And yeah, I mean, then we went and picked up my cousins and hung out with them for a while. So I mean, overall, it just like wasn't an eventful day. So we talked about it, and it was actually Rachel's idea. She was like, "Why don't we do like one of the vlogs that we've been planning on doing for today's vlog instead of doing like a boring vlog?" So what did we decide we were gonna do?
This one's gonna be like the How We Met vlog.
The How We Met vlog, which is did you look at your watch because it's gonna take forever? This is my favorite story to tell, and I'm already a horrible storyteller because I take forever. But I
Takes her 28 minutes to get to the punchline of a story.
I love this story.
She'll tell you every detail. It was the 28th of the second week of the 3rd May of that year, and it was gorgeous.
There's only one May per
I know,
year.
but yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, so get ready for that. Anyway, basically, we were never friends in high school. Like, I didn't really like you. Because she hung out with a lot of people that, like, talk crap about my sister. And so, of course, being the big sister, I was like, y'all are all stupid. And
What's that?
sorry. And, what did you think about me?
I didn't know who the hell you were. I didn't care.
She didn't care. So, keep it moving. I knew who she was because, like, we just played softball, and they were like we never played against each other because she didn't start playing until her junior year of high school, and I graduated her sophomore year. So, or I was a senior your sophomore year. I don't know if I said that right. But, so we never actually competed against each other, but she played for a guy that my sister used to play for. They never played together, but I mean, like, you know, we supported their team and stuff. So I knew who she was and knew that she played softball and all that stuff.
Get up.
And so
Get up. You're antagonizing her.
she played for my cousin, like I told you guys. And I wasn't really super close with my cousin, but I mean, like, at family functions we talked a lot and stuff. But her younger sister, who is older than me, she's what, like 27 now?
Go get him.
This is impossible. So she was like 25 at the time, and Rachel was 18. Anyway, they liked each other and didn't like each other and couldn't figure out if they liked each other. And, like, I'd heard, you know, a little bit of talk about it, and I was just like, oh, I didn't know Rachel dated girls. And I was in a relationship. It was a very toxic relationship, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Because it was, but I don't know, I don't like, I mean, it for sure was, but I don't like people to think down upon it. Like,
Get up.
me and my ex are really good friends now. You know, she likes Rachel. Like, Rachel likes her. We all talk. We hang out sometimes. So, like, there's absolutely no, like, bad blood or anything. Yeah, but I was in a relationship, and we had been together for just under 5 years when we first started, like, when we first text each other. But anyway, so May 8th, I believe. The sticker's on there.
I know it was around graduation time.
Well, I think we went on May 8th, but came back on the 9th, and so I texted you on the 9th. Anyway, so my cousin was on the phone. Her calculus teacher / coach was driving us. My 5-year-old cousin had like become unresponsive that morning.
Now.
Just like randomly. And so he was rushed to the hospital near his home, and they lived like around the Nashville area, and they immediately airlifted him to Vanderbilt. So it was pretty serious, and it was actually right around Mother's Day. And she was in Boca Raton with their daughter, who's younger than him, and so she was freaking out, like booking the first flight she could home, and we were like,
hush.
We were like, it's just Nashville. Like, my family's big, and we roll deep. Like, we had 3 cars drive to Nashville, and they were all full. Or Vanderbilt. And so we went, and by the time we got there, he was dramatically improved, and then actually by like towards the end of the day, we were able to see him and eat with him and just kind of raise his spirits, because he was really freaked out. And I mean, of course his dad was freaking out. So and then we picked his mom up from the hospital, from the airport, and all of that. It was a good time. Like, family needed each other, and we were there. And turns out it was the best day of my life so far. In 3 months exactly, we're getting married. So it's not gonna be the best day forever, but for now. Anyway, so on the way home, I was in my cousin's car, and so it was her coach and softball coach and calculus teacher.
I had calculus at 8 a.m. the next morning.
Yeah, and it was like her first period. So she was driving. It was like midnight, a little past midnight. And then my cousin, who liked her, was on the phone with her. And they were just like talking, just like, we were all so happy because everything had turned out okay. And we were delirious because we had been up all day. And it was just like a whirlwind of a day. And so whenever she got off the phone with her, I was like, hey, give me your number. I'm going to text her, and like, we'll just mess with her. Well, of course, she knew it was one of us. Like, it was somebody in that car. And we just started like texting, like just kind of getting to know each other. Like, nothing.
No.
Like, talking, but just like getting to know each other, really, like what we were going to do with our lives and stuff like that. And like I said, I was in a relationship at the time, so actually I was engaged, and we had been together for almost 5 years, so like I didn't think anything was going to change that.
Talked on and off, because I was going through like graduation stuff, so we were talking on and off, and then we stopped talking for a couple months.
I don't remember that at all. It couldn't have been a couple months, because the first time we hung out was in June.
It was like a month.
Yeah.
Where like she like wouldn't text me back and stuff like that. And then
but because I felt guilty, like, because I kind of liked you, but I knew that there could kind of be nothing to it because I was in a relationship, so I didn't even want to like lead you on,
So then when her family went to Florida, she was like, okay, well, I guess I'll just try to text her now. And then we hung out. The first time we hung out was when she got back from Florida. It was Father's Day.
Yeah, it was Father's Day. Like, we pulled up in the driveway, and I was like, okay, I'm home. And she was like, okay, I'm on my way.
And we hung out.
And that was the first time, like, the flirting started. Like, we flirted while I was in Florida. We were like, I would bring you Starbucks right now if I could.
I remember I was at Starbucks.
Yeah. And I didn't even like Starbucks at that time. But I just wanted you to like me. And so we hung out on Father's Day. Was the first day we'd like ever spoken in person at all. But then we hung out on Father's Day, and really we just did a lot of driving around that summer.
Late summer.
June.
Yeah, sure.
And so
we just drove around a lot and got to know each other.
basically
all it was.
The only thing we did before me and Brooke broke up was hold hands. Oh well. We held hands and that was it.
A lot of people don't believe that, but it is 100% true.
Well, if you knew anything about my past, it's hard to believe that. But
I wouldn't do anything until y'all broke up.
Yeah, Rachel had morals, thank God, and I think it's made our relationship stronger because of that, though. And then we just talked on and off. School started at the end of August, and long story short, I was at her best friend's apartment because Brooke used to go to school where she went to school in her freshman year. And so, but Brooke left right before Rachel started there. So it was like they never overlapped or anything, but they both played on the softball team. So, like, we were really good friends with the whole softball team. And, I mean, Rachel was just a freshman, so she wasn't, like, super close with them yet or anything. But, so I had to take a friend of ours tickets and football tickets to a Memphis game. And basically, Rachel was there, and Brooke was pissed because I didn't come over to her house that day because I had to wait out there to get the tickets. And she drove out there, and there was some altercation, and the cops were called.
Which there wouldn't have been altercations, but different things occurred that caused an altercation. There should never have been an altercation.
I was talking about our altercation. Not that. Yeah, I don't know. That wasn't her fault at all.
But yeah, anyways, long story short, there was an altercation.
We ended up leaving at like between 2 and 3 in the morning. Me and Brooke were both banned from campus. Of course, like the softball team was in trouble because it was in like one of their apartments. And everybody was drinking but me. I was the only person in the thing who hadn't had anything to drink. So, not only that, but I had to take Brooke home. So, like, after all this drama had gone on, and the police had been called, and, like, it was horrible. And then I dropped Brooke off at, like, 3:30ish, and I text Rachel, and she was like, I'm on my way. Where are you? Like, where are you now? I'm coming to you. And I was just like bawling my eyes out listening to Taylor Swift, like, because I think at that moment I knew that I couldn't go back to Brooke. Like, because of what happened, like, I would really be letting myself down if I went back to her. So, but I mean, still, like, I had to, like, mourn that 5-year relationship, you know? So I was upset. And basically, Rachel drove up here. We both had class at 8 the next morning. And she drove up here and stayed until, like, 5:45 and just, like, held me while I cried. And what are your thoughts on that night?
Yeah, I said it.
No, like, what are your thoughts? Like, I said what happened, but what were you thinking?
I mean, just concerned kind of thing.
Yeah, I was a mess. Because, and also I had Brooke telling me that, like, they were going to be in so much trouble and it was all my fault, and it was all my fault that all that happened. So, I felt really guilty.
Which we did get in trouble.
Yeah, but it wasn't all my fault.
The next day we had like a meeting and basically got like bitched out by the coaches, the athletic director. We had 6 a.m. workouts like every day until season after that.
Yeah.
Which wasn't that bad, but I mean, we were gonna have them either way, but we were gonna have them anyways, but they kind of used that as like a
punishment.
Yeah. So, because we had already had like that incident, and then there was something else that happened. Like,
wasn't it the soccer team though?
No,
it was y'all.
No, we had already had like 2 or 3 incidents of softball players like getting in trouble, and they were like.
Let me just point out that this was the first week of school.
But it was the one week that everybody was caught up on homework, caught up on tests, not having to practice.
Sorry, Sydney.
So it was like the one week that everybody could do things. Because granted, I went to like a private Catholic school, but they partied more than any other school you'll ever go to. It's just a bunch of rich kids.
Yeah. And so then that happened the last day of August. I don't know how many days August has in a month. But like all that went on. And then the next day I drove up there and met Rachel off of campus because I was banned. And we just drove around Memphis for a little while. And when she dropped me back off at my car, she kissed me. When was our first kiss?
I don't know, you know the exact date, time, and place, location, latitude, longitude.
September 1st. I just said it was the last day of August was when all that drama went on.
I know, but I don't connect dots.
Anyway, so September 1st was our first kiss, and then it just snowballed from there. Like, we were spending a lot of time together, and she was driving here because, I mean, I couldn't go to campus. And yeah, and then the 26th, all I'd heard about was this stupid Swanky's taco shop. And she was like, after practice, let's go eat there, blah, blah. So that was our first date. I remember it was pouring down rain, and I had to drive, and I was terrified.
I picked you up at that little park. And then she told a friend that she wanted to ask me out, but didn't know how to say it. So I like basically just like Skyped her, like we were talking on Skype, like the message, and I was like, do you have something that you want to ask me?
I want to point out that you didn't pay for my dinner that night. I'll never forget that. I'm going to tell like our grandkids that.
That's fine.
She said, you got it.
I wasn't paying, so I knew you was committed.
Whatever. And then
now I buy her everything.
Whatever. I buy you stuff.
Oh no, like I'm saying, like I'll like.
Yeah, you pay for whatever I want. Yeah, and then so September 26th we started dating, and then it was just like.
What day we get engaged?
It snowballed and snowballed and snowballed, and we were just hopelessly in love, and we both knew it.
What day did we get engaged?
And then we got engaged on May 28th, 2012. This was the year after we started dating.
And I bought her like this, like just little, like band thing for like $200.
It was what we could afford at the time.
And then, well,
you sold your Kindle to pay for it.
I did. And then, what was it?
I still have it.
September. When did we get you the ring you have now?
This one we ordered it in August.
August.
I got it in September.
Yeah. But it was like the one she wanted. I let her pick it out and everything.
Which was a struggle because she was like,
a week.
I want to surprise you with that. I want to pick it out. And I was like,
yeah. Well, I know what she likes. She doesn't like
I'm
big and flashy.
Super picky about jewelry though.
She is.
Like, because I don't like to wear a lot of jewelry. So like, if I'm gonna wear it every single day for the rest of my life, it's gotta be something I love.
So it took us like a week or so, probably 2 weeks to find one that she liked.
Yeah, and then like the end of August.
We weren't gonna get it till like freaking December, and we had enough in the bank at the time. And she was like, "Let's just go get it. Let's just go get it."
Oh, that hurt my ear.
So we went and got it like 3 months earlier than what we planned to get it.
Yeah.
But she loves it and takes care of it, so.
And then I don't have it on right now because I don't wear it while I sleep. But so then we told her mom. My parents knew that I dated girls. Like, it was a very sore subject when I was in like middle or high school. And like, we never saw eye to eye on it. They hated it. But then for some reason they like love Rachel. Like, and dude, they really do like Brooke. Like, when she comes over now, they're really happy to see her and they always ask about her. But it was just our relationship was really immature. So, I mean, it wasn't healthy for me or her.
They started dating when they were like, what, 9th grade?
It was the summer before my sophomore year.
Yeah, so like it was like they're way better friends than they are in a relationship.
We are. And so my parents knew that we were together. I mean, especially when she was driving down here every night just to see me. And then, oh, we forgot about when I moved in with you. Basically, the spring semester of her freshman year when she was in the dorm, we had only been dating for like 3 months. And I moved in.
With me and Sammy.
Yep.
In a little ass dorm room.
We had to sneak around at first because I was still banned from campus. But that was probably some of the greatest memories I have, like, from our relationship. Like, it was such a good time and we made such good friends that we could never replace. And so we did that for a semester and then we had to move out and I was super bummed. But I ended up living in her house that semester anyway. I mean, that summer. And then that fall, we told her mom about us. Her dad still doesn't know, but that'll be like next week's video when we decide to do one of these like special videos again. But we told her mom, and well, you told your mom. And how'd that go? She was just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, she said she's known.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of obvious,
but
like when we didn't leave each other's side and all that stuff. But, and then we told my parents. It was shortly after you told your parents, or you told your mom, because I was still living at my house, at your house.
Yep.
I told them that we were seriously getting married in May, and that went okay. Like, it wasn't like, oh no you're not, but it wasn't exactly like, oh yay, when and where. So, and they've, like, it's grown on them a lot. And then that's where we are now, right?
I guess. We live at her house now with the 2 pups. Planning to move out in
November
at the latest. No. Yeah.
November 1st is what we're hoping for.
Because she'll have like 3 paychecks in the savings at that point.
August, September, October, yeah.
And then we already have we have like a good amount in there now, and then once she starts working, we're gonna put her checks in there. And then my tax return will go in there. Gotta do that. So.
Yeah, but we also have to use that for our New York trip, so, which I mean won't be too much. It won't even be half of our savings, but, you know, we gotta budget that also. But, and then 3 months from today,
28.
we're tying the knot. Isn't that weird?
I mean,
it's a little scary.
I guess in a way it is, but nothing's really gonna change. Like, I feel like we're already married. We just
right.
It's on paper.
I agree, but the biggest change that I'm so ready for is my last name. I'm excited about it. Cause like to me, like I don't know, it's just hard for me to feel like a family like when we don't have the same last name.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some people like have families and they don't have the same last name and they're perfectly happy with it, but that's just like me as a person. It's hard for me to see us as a family without having the same last name.
Yeah.
And so that is the long story of our lives
How we met
up to
and where
this
we
point. Yep, and it's just gonna keep getting better. So tune in every day to watch it get better.
Yep.
Right? You're a brat. Okay.
I'm a tired brat.
Talk to you guys tomorrow.
Remember when we felt that Tidy Cats?
I can't deal with her. Bye.
Bye.